What up, y'all? It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. But nevertheless, better late than never. Now, before I get into the standings and the predictions, you know, let's have a little chat real quick. I ain't gonna be on here long. But first I want to talk about, well, first and foremost, let me say congratulations to the champ, the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs. They won the Super Bowl last season. Right now, they are still a champ until somebody changes that. Right? So shout out to him. And the one thing I hear a lot of talk about Super Bowls as far as, old Super Bowls and all of those things, right? Now, we all know when we talk about sports, once you win a championship, that can never be erased. You understand? Now the thing is, yeah, in certain debates, nobody want to hear about what you did years ago. It's what's going on. You ever heard somebody say, yo, we ain't worrying about what's happening then, I'm what's happening now, right? And that is a true statement, because truth be said, I've won bowls before. You know what I mean? Back when we had guys like Playmaker and them playing. You understand what I'm saying? So I got my fair share of bowls as well, but guess what? I'm still playing, so therefore I care nothing about them old bowls. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a bowl now, but the reason why I'm speaking about it, because I see people dismiss it and say things like, listen, once you win the bowl, that's it. It can never be taken away from you. You understand? You got one. Whether it was Madden 20, Madden 19, don't matter, because here's the reality of it all. There are some people that's never won the bowl since we've been doing these leagues. And that's not me trying to take a shot at them or anything. I'm just saying, you can play and it don't guarantee anything. Bottom line, you still gotta try to win one for as long as you've been playing. So there are a lot of guys who won bowls in the past. Myself, Relly, Corlaus, Murph, you know what I mean? Who else? I mean, of course, I know guys like Claw and Pearl. I mean, and I'm just speaking about like older bowls. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think Murph won a bowl last Madden. You know what I'm saying? But there are guys who haven't won the bowl. I would say on this PS5 version, but definitely won bowls on PS4 version. So those things can never be taken away. And again, for me, I don't care about what I did in the past. I care about now. That's why myself, I would never get into an argument with somebody about what I did in the past, because I mean, who cares? All right, cool. You win the bowl in the past, but you still playing and you ain't winning no bowl. So, like for me, like even with this Madden, right? Let's just use this current Madden for an example. If somebody said to me, yo, we're going to get 7 seasons in, we can go about this two ways. You can go about this two ways. I can guarantee you a bowl and you'll never win another one, or you'll just play and compete every season and anything can happen. Guess what I'm going with? I'm going with to compete every season and see what happens. You know why? Because with that statement, it's not you can compete every season and just win one bowl. Yo, you can win 2 bowls, 3 bowls out of 7 seasons. You understand? Like yeah, cool. If I get one, I get one. But I wouldn't want to play 7 seasons and I'm guaranteed to get one and know I'm never going to get another one. I don't care about, once I get one, all right, cool. But obviously, we all still playing to win one. So, once you win one, all right, cool. That's for that season. New season, new goals. And again, I'm just speaking on this because it's always a lot of chat about old Super Bowls, new Super Bowls. I'm saying, listen, just like real sports, once you win one, you're at the table. Bottom line, whether it was Madden 21, Madden 19, Madden 23, doesn't matter. What does matter though is what's happening now. You understand? Because it's for me personally. I can't speak for nobody else. For me personally, I'm not gonna feel no better. I'm not gonna feel no better knowing that, at least I won bowls 4 years ago, but I'm getting smoked every time now, not making the playoffs. That's not gonna make me feel better about what I did in the past. So that's why, I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. You won a bowl in the past, no doubt. You up there, your name is there with the others. But when we talk about what's happening current, you know, then that's a different conversation. So again, man, I keep saying, some guys don't know their lanes. Some guys just don't know the definition of success. Some guys don't know the definition of improving. You know, listen, everybody can't. It's 32 teams in the league. Only one person can win the Super Bowl, right? Each conference, only 7 teams can make the playoffs, right? Which means that everybody can't win a bowl. Everybody can't make the playoffs. So what is success, right? Success can easily be, well, unsuccessful can easily be if you miss the playoffs, right? That can easily be unsuccessful. But guess what? If you went one season and you won 2 games, and then the next season you won 6 games and you still missed the playoffs, guess what? That's a successful season. You understand? Yeah, you didn't make the playoffs, but guess what? You just improved 4 games better than what you did the season before. Now, when I talk about not knowing your lane, some guys don't know their lane by the trades that they make. Some of you guys look around and see what other guys do and think that's going to fly for y'all. That is not the case. Some of y'all can, and look, let me just say this too, right? Let me speak about the champ real quick. And let me give you my personal weigh in on the champ, which is Norm, who has the Chiefs. Now, many people talk about the only 4 plays or 5 plays he run, right? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, those plays are hard to stop. Yes, those plays are. I don't want to say glitchy, but I'm gonna say glitchy. And the only reason, what I mean by that, I'm gonna elaborate on that. Certain plays in the game are definitely hard to stop, right? That's just what Madden is. Now, granted, does that take anything away from him because he seemed to have them plays down pat? No, because the truth of the matter is, you can give his team to other guys, and they still won't have the success that he had with it. See, that's the flip side to that. People can talk about, the 4 plays he run, they all glitchy plays, they all plays that Madden always, this and that. Yeah, all right, that could be true. But my thing is, if you put that same team in other people's hands, will they have the same success? I'm here to tell you, no, they will not. You understand? No, they will not. So again, you know, I sit back and I look at the stuff people say, the statements that people make, and it's like, all right, cool. Even if you want to say, he run floor glitch plays, this and that, like, all right, cool. But then the flip side is, all right, let somebody else run those same plays. Will they be able to have the same success? I'm gonna tell you, I pretty much doubt it. Some will, a lot won't, right? But still, don't matter. You still got to play ball. You understand? You still got to play ball. And again, I always say this, once again, I'm going to speak about me for a second. I always say personally, if somebody could beat me running 4 plays an entire game, that's on me. I don't care if it's glitchy. I don't care what it is. That's on me. You understand? Like, if anything, people don't realize you dissing yourself when you say something like, all you do is run 4 plays. All right, then he shouldn't have beat you then, if all he do is run 4 plays. You understand? So I look at things a little different. This is why, I look back at a lot of what people say, and I shake my head like, some of you guys just don't get it. And I could tell by what fly out your mouth. Again, if somebody could beat you running 3 plays, 4 plays the entire game, and and he knock you off with them plays, yo, man, then don't even mention about all you got is them plays. Stop them plays. Make him use something else. You understand? Like, what argument are you really making? You really belittling yourself by saying, yo, the dude beat me with 3 plays. Guess what? You got to get better. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. A lot of times, a lot of games I lose, I'm like, yo, you got to get better. You understand? You got to get better. Now, for me, right, what the thing about it is, for me, I just get on and play. A lot of stuff, a lot of schemes I try to come up with on the fly. That's why a lot of times, if y'all watch me play, I get a delay game. You know why? Because I'm really out there trying to read defenses and stuff like that. Like, I'm really trying, hard as I'm playing. I don't get on the game and try this stuff and try that. I ain't got time for all that. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to knock nobody who do. Trust and believe. If I had the time to get on here and practice stuff, I would. Yeah, when the game first came out, I had time to practice my freeform passing, but things changed from that time. This game came out in August. Yeah, I had some time then, but now I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's some moves I'm trying to make in my personal life, and I'm not going to get there by focusing on Madden 24/7. You know what I mean? But I do enjoy playing this for rec time. I do enjoy playing this for just to take my mind off things. You know what I'm saying? So that's my swag with it. I get on and play, bottom line. You know what I mean? So, and that's just what it is. I make my adjustments as I see I need to make them, but I'm going to be honest, though. There are a lot of guys that send me DMs about a lot of stuff that people's running. And I'm here to say there are a lot of people that's running stuff that the game allows. And no knock to it. Listen, do what you got to do. I don't air it out. I don't put people on blast because I could care less. Because my thing is, no matter what, everything has a counter, But man, if I could show some of these DMs with the YouTube videos that people sent me for stuff on certain plays, it's just like, all right, cool. Listen, you get it how you live. You know what I mean? Like, get it how you need to get it. That's all. I ain't gonna knock it, But trust me, it be some funny stuff going down. You know what I mean? But again, I ain't gonna say it's cheating because there's a counter for everything. It's just that some people rather just take, certain routes to do certain things, But the funny thing is some people take them same routes and still don't win. So, hey, it go both ways. You know what I mean? Another problem is some of you guys don't know how to build teams. Y'all make these crazy trades instead of just trying to ball out with what you got and earn upgrade games. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all just don't get it, don't realize. But I ain't even trying to go into that conversation. I spoke about that many times already. But in any case, man, this video is just about catching up to do the predictions, look at the division race right now in the early part of the season, and acknowledge the champ and get a champ his props for winning the Super Bowl. And just have my talk about Super Bowls and stuff like that. Put my spin on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't care how long ago you won the bowl. Once you won the bowl, you are at the table. And again, I don't care if it's 4 or 5 years ago. There are some people who never won the bowl since playing in these leagues. You know what I mean? There are some people that never makes the playoffs. Or if we have 7 seasons in these leagues, there are going to be some people that never makes the playoffs ever. Think about that for a second. You know what I mean? So, listen, man, you got to do what you got to do, to get the job done. In any case, let's keep it moving. Let's move right along real quick. This AFC North right now is different than what it was last year. Why? Because this time last year, the Ravens had a slow start. Now, I'm not going to lie. What's interesting about this Ravens team is that not only are they hot right now, they was hot finishing the season last year. Remember, they got off to the slow start, and they caught a nice win streak when they a streak period where they end up winning like their next 7 out of 8 games, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So the Ravens been playing some good ball, and yeah, he had a bad first round loss, but you know what? The way he's starting out this season, it slimmed down. It seemed like that only motivated him. It don't seem like it crushed his confidence. He's 3-0. This Bengals team is 1-1, Steelers 1-1, and Browns 1-1. It's going to be an interesting division because Browns. I don't know. I think the Browns are going to be in last in this division, and I think it's going to be a three-man race between Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers. And but right now though, the Ravens is putting that division on notice that he ain't here. He ain't here to play around. If you win, you're gonna have to earn it. So Ravens right now 3-0 in the early part of the season. Then you got the AFC South. You got the Colts 2-0. That's Gas Nation, who just came and took over this team. Very good user. You know what I'm saying? He's tied for first with the Texans in the division. The Texans is 2-0. The Titans are 1-2, and the Jags are 0-2. I think this division definitely got the potential to be a three-man race. But listen, the Texans started out hot last season, and they end up missing the playoffs. So let's see how they do this year. This year they 2-0 right now, but we're gonna see. Right now it's too early to say anything other than what you see. But I'm just going by what I remember going back to last season. But with this AFC South, got to know that this Coast team, is going to be a problem in this division. So games that you need to win, you need to go ahead and win. AFC East, we got the Bills at 2-1. Me and my Jets are 3-0. Pats and Dolphins are 0-2. This time last season, Bills was undefeated. Bills went half of the season undefeated. We gave them their first early loss in the season. Last night we played. And, listen, we coming off an AFC championship appearance. And, we felt like we had to make some moves, over there for our team. Because, the one thing I say, and I said this too in the chat the other day, one of these chats, what's very important in this game is abilities, right? Like, if you don't have no guys on your team with abilities and you going against a team with quite a few guys with abilities, you're going to see the difference as the game is being played out, And don't get me wrong, I still like the effort that I gave against the Chiefs last season in the AFC chip, but, we were just overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times he called press, none of my guys getting off the press. We didn't have the necessary speed out there at wide receiver. There's a lot of things that we looked at that we felt like, we need a little more. And then we went out and we made a splash. We brought in big Justin Jefferson, who now, along with a rookie wide receiver that we got with 99 speed, who's now, people going to have to decide how they going to want to play us, opposed to just feeling like he ain't got nobody out there, receivers, they too young, they not ready. But now it's the game changer. We give up some young pieces that we necessarily didn't really want to, because I don't necessarily always go for the big trade. I like to build my teams. One thing a lot of guys don't realize, if you notice, you never heard me cry about money. It's because the more big names and stars and X factors you got on your team, the more you're going to have to pay these guys when their contracts is up. See, football is a sport that you're only allowed to have a certain team a certain amount of time. You understand? And a lot of times, if you can nail a home run with a rookie quarterback, or a quarterback that's young and cheap, and you build him up to be a monster, now you can build a powerhouse around him. But when you got these expensive quarterbacks, it is hard to keep a certain type of team around them. So I didn't mind grinding out with my young cats to try to build them up. But being that we made the AFC chip, we felt like, let's take a swing at it. So I like the team we putting together. And yes, we still got a lot of young guys over there, especially on defense. But you know what? One game at a time to build these boys up. AFC West, we got the Broncos 2-0, Raiders 2-1, the champ is 1-2, and the Chargers are 0-2. This is I always said from season one, this is the toughest division in the league, right? With these slow starts, it can kill you. You know what I mean? Because as you can see, the Broncos already is 2-0. And the Chiefs is 1-2. 1-2 is not bad. Nothing wrong with 1-2. It's a slow start, but it's not the end of the world. But it is tough start when you're in a division with a bunch of guys who all will finish over 500. You understand? That's when 1 and 2 start is pretty tough. So the champ got his hands full, but you know, listen, it's early. It's a lot of football left to be played. And we're gonna see how this thing shake out. Last season, the Broncos missed the playoffs. The Raiders missed the playoffs. So will it change? Will this season the Chiefs and Chargers miss the playoffs? Because Chiefs and Chargers made the playoffs last season. Will this be their turn to make it? Who knows? A lot of football left to be played, but right now, Broncos sitting comfortable, but not too comfortable. But he's sitting good in the 2-0. I'd rather be 2-0 than 0-2. So the Broncos are sitting nice. Raiders are as well. They 2-1. So both of them right now getting off to the start that they wanted. NFC North, we got the Lions at 2-0. Everybody else under 500. This whole NFC been, because the Packers been making the playoffs every season, but right now they're off to a start that I'm sure they weren't necessarily hoped for, but they are 0-2 right now, and we're going to see if they can turn things around. But the Lions are off to a good start. They are 2-0. Vikings are 1-2, and the Bears are 1-2, and the Bears is that's E-ball. The Bears made the playoff season 1, and after that, the Bears haven't been doing anything. So we'll see what happens in this division moving forward. But right now, the Lions are off to this perfect start that they've been looking for. NFC South, we got the Saints at 2-0. That's Trey Dog. Panthers 1-2. Bucks 0-3. Falcons 1-2. Trey Dog coming off an NFC championship appearance last season, so he's looking to get back. They 1 game short of the biggest game of the season. He was 1 game short. He coming to the season with some motivation. I'm pretty sure. Listen, when it's all said and done, he will be in the playoffs. I ain't even going to say he's going to win the division, but he will make the playoffs, and he will be a problem in the playoffs. So Saints going to be a dangerous team over there in the NFC. NFC East, you got Cowboys at 3-0, Commanders at 1-2, and the Eagles are 2-1. Dre is the Cowboys, Commanders is Marzelli, Claw is the Eagles, and Giants is Rico. Giants are 0-3. Well, we're going to see what the Cowboys are made of this season. The Eagles will have something to say about it. But guess what? If I'm the Cowboys, as in right now, I'm saying, look, we 3-0. We doing what we got to do. And if we do what we got to do, we ain't worrying about no Eagles. But the problem is it's still early. A lot of games left to be played. They got to play each other 2 times. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I would say this division will be between Cowboys and Eagles. Washington, to me, is one of those teams that won't make the playoffs, but definitely will give you a run for your money every now and then. And the Giants, I don't know. I just feel like the Giants, one of them teams that need to shake things up over there, because it just haven't been working out for them at all. Seahawks 2-1, Rams 2-1, Cards 2-1. This whole division balling right now, except the Niners. The Niners are 0-3. That's Daz. Daz made the playoffs last year, but Daz is looking like, he's not coming off the success that he had last season. And 0-3 start is going to be tough in this division. This is a solid division, real tough division. Cards, Super Bowl runner-up, NFC champ. Made the Super Bowl last season, lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Does he come into the season with a chip on his shoulder? I'm sure he does. Seahawks, new user, came into this league last season, beating his chest, talking reckless, talking crazy. But you know what? He can play. You understand? He can play. The only thing is, what he got to understand that, the success that he had other places doesn't mean you're going to have the same success over here, because you can easily be one of those guys that makes the playoffs every year, but don't make a Super Bowl, don't win the conference, you know what I mean? So, he got some work to put in. before he really can walk around like he that guy. But I like the confidence. I like what he brings. That competitive chip. And he can play. So with that being said, I like him over here in this NFC to make some noise. Like I said, the only problem is the thing is he got to put some real work in, and he hasn't. But listen, let's not jump the gun. He taking over somebody's team. This wasn't his team that he put together. This was his first off season. Get a man some time to add things that he like. Everybody like what they like. Everybody got certain things that they like. And just because he had his first off season doesn't necessarily mean he still got the pieces that he need or that he wanted. Because remember, in free agency, you're competing with other guys. The draft hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? So, give him some time, and let's see how this thing play out. But right now, this division playing well. The Niners, if they don't want their season to be over with, they're going to have to put a win on the board and fast. So that was just a quick rundown of the divisions real quick. Rams 2-1 as well. Rams made the playoffs last year. They're a good team. So they're gonna have something to say over there. There's gonna be a three-man race, in my opinion, for the whole season. I just don't like the start that the Niners got. I think that start that the Niners got is going to set him back, and he might have to start focusing on the wild card a little earlier than he wanted to. Now let's get into the. We can go back to week one. You know what I mean? Just a quick recap. So in week one, we had the Cowboys blow out the Commanders, now Brooklyn Commanders. He moved them from Washington to Brooklyn like that was really going to matter. It didn't. Dallas put up 84 on this guy. Lions beat the Packers 47-21. Good win for the Lions over the Packers to show that, Lions going to have something to say this season. Then we had Steelers and Eagles. P.E. Earl took out Claw 35-29. This one went under the radar. I didn't even know they played. But this is a good win for the Steelers, Steelers is not having the success over there in the AFC that he probably would have thought. But again, he's playing over there with that young quarterback, and he hasn't built him up to where he would like to. So it's a challenge over there. But, listen, if anybody can get it done, it's P.E. Earl. So good week one win for him. Then we went to the Bills and Bengals. This is a nice shootout game. Bills won this one 38-35 over the Bengals. Then we had Ravens and Raiders. Ravens won this game 31-24. Ravens was at home. This is a good one for the Ravens. That kicked them off 1-0 on the season. Then we had Texans and Jags. Texans won this game 30-7 over the Jags. Then we had Browns and Giants. Browns won this one 31-24, close one over the G-Men. Then we had Vikings and Dolphins. Vikings won this one 38-7 over the Dolphins. In my opinion, the Dolphins need to make some serious moves over there. Listen, I hear guys complain about Tua, right? So with that being said, you got to try to at least put yourself in a position to get a different QB, You can't just play with a team, don't like certain pieces, but don't put yourself out there to make things happen. The Dolphins has a good team, and they have not played good at all. He needs to shake things up over there, and I mean immediately, immediately. So we'll see if he makes some phone calls over there. Then we had Broncos and Bucks. Broncos won this one 65-0 over the Bucks. This one was over from the start. Then we had Jets and Rams. Jets won the home opener 24-14 over the Rams. Then we had Colts and Bears. Colts won this one 42-21. Colts won his home opener in the blowout fashion. Then we had Panthers and Falcons. Panthers won this one 28-27, 1-point win on the road. And then we had Chiefs and Chargers. And Chiefs won this one 24-10. All right. And then we had Chiefs win this one 24-10 over the Chargers. The champ came out, did what he had to do. On the week two, we had Titans and Colts. Colts won this one 29-26 over the Titans. Good game, good competitive game. Titans just came up just a little short. Then we had Texans and Bears. Money Mascot won this one 24-21, 3-point victory over the Bears on the road. Then we had Cowboys and Browns. Cowboys won 30-27 to improve to 2-0 in the season. Then we had Bills and Dolphins. Bills won 28-10 over to Miami. And I think the biggest problem in Miami is that they got all that offensive firepower and not scoring no points. So I think Miami needs to get on them phones and get on them phones like now. Saints and Bucks. Saints won 42-6 over the Bucks. Like I said, Saints gonna be one of them teams over there in NFC. Ravens and Giants. Ravens blew the doors off 60-7 over the G-Men. The Giants, another one of them teams I feel like that need to get out there and shake some things up. And when I say shake things up, I don't necessarily always mean that you need to go out and try to get a top player. Sometimes you just need multiple draft picks. You know what I'm saying? To bring in different pieces that you need for the team. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because like I said, I root for guys. I root for guys that struggles a lot. I root for parity. You know what I mean? But certain guys I'm just seeing this coming up short week to week, season to season. Eagles and Jags. Eagles won this one 45-3. In blowout, dominate fashion. This was a fair sim. Raiders and Chiefs. Raiders won this one 34-10 over the champ. Big time win for the Raiders. I don't know if the Raiders beat him last year. I think the Raiders got swept last year, or they split. I think he got swept. Well, I could be wrong, but in any case, Raiders came out this season with a point to prove, and right now, round one goes to the Raiders. Seahawks and Packers. Seahawks won this one 56-12 over the Packers. This knocked the Packers to 0-2, and this was Seattle's second win on the season. Then we had Cards and Vikings. Cards won this one 42-7 over the Vikings. Broncos and Chargers. Broncos blew the Chargers out 47-14. Chargers, you got some penalties coming your way. You supposed to got a forced loss. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Did you play yet this week? No, you get a forced loss this week, and you get a downgrade for two things you violated. First, the one was quitting, and the other one was the quarterback throwing motion. You guys been in the league long enough to know that I spoke about certain things many times. So you get your hand get caught in a cookie jar. That's it. You just got to deal with the penalty. So I let y'all decide if the risk is worth the penalty. Rams and Niners. Rams won this one 35-24. This knocked the Niners to 0-2 on the season, and this improved the Rams to 1-1 on the season. Then we had Bengals and Steelers. Bengals won this one 23-20. Bengals been playing Steelers tough over the past two seasons, so Black Star game has definitely been getting better season to season, week to week. The success that Steelers had last week over the Eagles didn't transition over to this week over the Bengals. Good win for the Bengals, division win. So that was a very big time important win for the Bengals. Then we had Brooklyn Commanders. They won 31-10 over the Falcons. On the current week that we are at, we just had this game played. Ravens won 57-0 over the Panthers. What I will say about the Ravens, the one move that they made that I gotta salute him for, it was a slick move. Last season he traded the tight end Andrews to the Vikings, right? Got back Dalvin Cook, right? So you say Ravens give up their tight end, but at least they got the running back. And then this season now he got his hands on Waller from the Raiders. So big time moves over there for the Ravens. When I saw that, I had to salute that, because that's some, and that's what I'm saying. Like, some of you guys need to see what type of moves, like, you need to get on board. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be out here standing pat if you're constantly losing. Now if you winning, or if you got something, what's the word I'm looking for? If you winning and you got a game plan, all right, cool. But even if you got a game plan and the game plan is not transitioning to success, you gotta shake things up. You understand? Just think about to the guys that don't make no moves, you know, just think about what I said about the Ravens. The Ravens gave up the best offensive piece, right? Besides next after Lamar, the best guy on that offense is the tight end, right? He gave him up last season, brought back a nice running back, right? Cool, but he lost his tight end, so now they don't have no legitimate tight end threat. The season after, he brings in the tight end that many would take over Andrews, Darren Waller. You know, Darren Waller and Pitts, the two deadliest tight ends on this game, he got his hands on them. That's some big time GMing right there. That's what some of you guys need to do. Some of you guys just stay pat, stay pat, stay pat. Get out there and make some moves. You know, so you know that I just had to acknowledge that move that the Ravens made. That was a nice move that they made. I can't even front on that because he still got Cook, and now he brought in Waller. Next we have Falcons and Vikings. Vikings. This is a tough one. I'm pretty sure the Vikings felt like they would win this. They lose 25-18 at home to the Atlanta Falcons. Then we had Bears and Niners. This knocked the Niners to 0-3 on the season. They lose to the Bears. Tough one for the Niners to lose, especially over in that division. So good win for the Bears though, because they needed that one, you know, because they're off to a slow start. Lions and Jags. This game has not been played yet, but I like the way the Lions came out. Lions are 2-0 so far. I'm going with the Lions over the Jags this week. Give me the Lions over the Jags. I'm going to go 35-13. Next, we got Cowboys and Giants. This game was played earlier. Cowboys blew out the Giants 54-26. Cowboys improved to 3-0 in the season. This game is set for the Titans. That was a nice move that you made. I had to give props on that, you know. You know, you gave up one of your best offensive pieces last year only to improve with a better guy at that same position the season after and still have the same pieces that you got for the original tight end that you had. That's some big time moving over there. Broncos and Colts. This should be interesting. Broncos on the road going into Indy. Indy has not lost a game yet. Broncos hasn't lost a game yet. Somebody will get a loss unless they tie. I'm going to go Broncos, man. I'm going to go Broncos on the road. He still got Aaron Rodgers over there. So Aaron Rodgers, I think, got one last run in him. I mean, he is 2-0, so he's off to a good start. But it's going to be close because the Colts ain't no joke. So Broncos going to have to come in, and he's going to have to bring his A game. But, you know, if he don't win this game, then, you know, that's gonna be interesting. And the AFC West will be watching and rooting for the Colts. Believe that. But I'm taking the Broncos in this one. I'm going to go 31-28. Next, we got Browns and Steelers. Browns, they need this one. They need this one bad, especially with the Ravens off to a hot start. They don't want to keep losing games, so they need this one. Steelers just coming off a loss to the Bengals. So I think the Steelers come in here with an attitude. I think the Steelers pull this one out. Give me Steelers over the Browns this week, 34-24. Next, we got a game that was played, Cardinals in Seattle. Cards won 31-28. These two got a little thing back and forth going. You know, listen, they're in the same division, you know, and it's a little division rivalry brewing. Right now, Cards got the best of this rivalry, bro. I think they played 3 times, and I think the Cards won 2 out of the 3. So, you know, but Seattle's competing, though. So, you know, it's not like the Cards just running over him. You know what I mean? But stay tuned for round 2. This one is going to keep getting more chippy the more times they play. Raiders and Bucks. Raiders blew out the Bucks 47-7. Raiders look like they got that focus in their eyes. You know, I'm pretty sure they don't like the fact that they missed the playoffs last year. So I'm pretty sure he's doing everything in his power to make sure that doesn't happen again. And right now he's been blowing on his opponents. Everybody's been stepping up, been getting ran over, including the champ. This one, 51-6. Rams won this one. I mean, yeah, Rams won this one 51-6 over the champ. Listen, blowout win for the Rams. You know, the thing about this, right? Like I seen the stuff that was said in this one, and I seen what the chief said about he was just being stubborn going up top. I actually believe him. You know, I actually believe everything that he said. You know, but the problem, I will say this: the problem with that though is that you've always been playing like that. You know, and it's been working for you. You know, so when you say things like you don't like going underneath, you don't. You always like going up top. You know, so the problem with that statement now is that you lost because had you won that game, you know, you've been winning a lot, running just them same plays and playing the same style. You know what I mean? So, you know, listen, you got to stand on it, win or lose. You know, you can't double back and try to take away from it when it don't work out in your favor. So I believe you when you say, yo, I could have went short, I could have ran the ball. Yeah, I believe it. I'm not here to tell you you just making up excuses. I believe everything you said because you know what? That is true. But again, like I say, you've also been playing the same way that's been working for you. So now, guess what? You might have to stop, you know, being so stubborn and you know, do what you need to do. But still in all, great win for the Rams, you know, bottom line. Because like I say, even if you know what somebody got to do, it's still on you to stop it. And he did just that. He stopped it. Charges, nah, I get it. I dig. But like I said, that's why I said, I believe you when you say you could have went short and stuff. I believe all of that. But like I say, but you don't normally go short. You know what I'm saying? You normally always look for the bomb, and it's been working for you. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I believe what you said. What you said made a lot of sense. Yo, I could have ran the ball. I could have did this. I dig. You know what I'm saying? Listen, anytime somebody say about what they could have did, I believe it because guess what? There are times I come out and I'll be stubborn. There are times I come out and I see I can audible to a run and I still stay in that same passing formation. So a lot of times, a lot of stuff that I do is from me being stubborn. You know what I'm saying? I just don't really I just don't say nothing about it. But to myself, I know. I'm like, yo, you know better. You know, or sometimes when I know I should be running and I'm passing. Or sometimes I know I should be passing when I'm running. Like, you know, sometimes you just know better. And sometimes you do be stubborn, thinking that you're still going to be able to do what you want to do. And it just don't work. But it's always a learning experience, you know. And you just know to tighten up when it's time to tighten up. Chargers and Bengals. Big game. And big game for who? Big game for the Chargers. Oh, no. The Chargers are getting a false loss in this one, so no need to even, but that loss going to hurt. This is what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't know why you guys do certain things. Like, you know, especially when you know you in competitive divisions, like losses can hurt bad. You know what I mean? So to get a false loss, why? Because you're not casting. Why are you not casting? You know, like especially because you're a vet. You know, like you ain't even somebody that just joined the league. Like, and that's the thing. Some of you guys been in the league for years, and some guys that just joined the league don't have no issues. They right on board, you know. Sometimes I don't understand how, you know, you cannot cast. We all know, if you don't know no other rule, I think we all know the away team cast. You know what I'm saying? That, and I've been speaking about changing that throwing motion, going back to last Madden. You know what I'm saying? I spoke about that several times. Or even the Madden before that. I don't know which Madden it was, but like, and then now, so the Chargers going to be 0-3. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt big time. So, you know, but hey, man, you know, rules are rules, and, you know, that's just what it is. Jets and Bills, we had a good game. We won 28-21. Boy, did we have fun with Jefferson and my little white boy. I'm going to start calling my boy White Lightning because that little dude can fly, you know. So we had a good game with both of them guys, and I'm looking forward to this season with the Jets. Absolutely. Saints and Packers. I'm going Saints in this one. Saints coming out with a strong start. The Packers is starting off slow. BJ, I root for you, but I don't know. I don't think this is the team that you want to face when you're trying to get your first win in the season. But your game improved dramatically. So if you played smart, you definitely got a shot. But I don't know. I just think right now the Saints is trying to get back to where they was, which is that NFC Championship game. So I'm going with the Saints this week over the Packers. I'm gonna go Saints 33, Packers 20. Next, we got Texans and Pats. Money mascot against Big game James. Big game James at home. I'm going home team in this one. I'm going Pats over the Texans in a close one. Pats 0-2. He definitely need this win. So I think Pats come and bring their A game. Give me Pats in this one. Um, I'm gonna go 31-27. And last but not least, we had Eagles against the Commanders. Commanders actually played pretty well, but defense just let them down. They lose 37-28. Eagles moved to 2-1 in the season. So that's the recap. That's a little bit of the predictions that we had. Advances tomorrow. And, just wanted to touch base with y'all. It's been a minute. It's been a while. I definitely got to get back to this on a regular basis, keep things up and running. But like I said to all the commissioners, man, you guys is more than welcome to do a fifth quarter. Y'all don't always got to wait for me. The fifth quarter is not just something that got my name on it, and I'm saying I'm the only one. Anybody can do it. Pearl, Relly, BS, like anyone of y'all can get on here and do the fifth quarter. You know what I mean? It ain't hard to do some predictions and do, a recap. You know what I'm saying? So, even if y'all want to bring somebody on with y'all, like I'll be planning on doing. But, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there once again. You know what I mean? So, and I'm going to go through other guys' teams to see who else got this. Well, I'm not even going to say it, but, other penalties is coming too from other leagues. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. And, listen, man, just follow the rules. That's it. It's simple. Follow the rules and everything is everything. But I'll let y'all week 4. I'm out.